Hey, it's Rebecca from Review HQ here, and today I'm going to be doing a quick review of MY Affinity Photo Mastery by Silver Zone Printables. If you're into low and mid-content publishing for online digital products, then keep watching. The video course offers a comprehensive guide to using software for online low and mid-content publishing. Through step-by-step tutorials, users learn how to navigate the software's interface, create and edit content, customize layouts, and publish their work online. The course covers topics such as formatting text, adding images, utilizing templates, and speeding up your workflow. Participants gain valuable skills in digital publishing and acquire the knowledge needed to effectively share their ideas and information with a wider audience. Whether beginners or experienced users, individuals benefit from this educational resource to enhance their online publishing capabilities. If you're an online publisher for digital content, being able to create your own graphics is a real money saver. This is real value for money and offers opportunities to pick up some amazing bonuses. Take a look at this insight to the course.
Affinity Photo was introduced for Mac in 2015, so is no longer the new kid on the block. And even though it was pretty intuitive when it was first brought out, it has definitely improved over the years. And it's grown exponentially in popularity. Let's face it, the program had some big competition out there. Adobe Photoshop has been around for what seems like forever in various guises, and was certainly in use when I started in the publishing industry more years ago than I care to remember now. So Affinity had their work cut out. Their programs are aimed at the smaller business market, not the big corporates, and for home use, and so in my view are perfect for the low content publisher who needs a program to do various bits of graphic work and doesn't need some of the more intricate technical facilities. They've tweaked it, improved it, are constantly ironing out any bugs, and the program is easier than ever to use despite becoming more sophisticated along the way. Some die-hard Photoshop users complain about how they can't do this or that with it compared to Photoshop, but I've never yet had an issue that I couldn't resolve another way. I've been using it now for some 6 or 7 years, and I think they've succeeded amazingly well. And to back that statement up, I've now produced my third course using the Affinity Suite, my Affinity Progress Part 3 for Photo. Sarif say, Affinity Photo will revolutionize the way you work, whether you're editing and retouching images, creating full-blown multi-layered compositions, or making beautiful raster paintings. And if that doesn't sound like the kind of work you do for your LCBs and digital printables, then I'd like to invite you to try out my new course and let me prove you wrong. Using some of my techniques, you'll be able to speed up your processes, create colouring books in minutes, make your covers really pop on Amazon and other platforms, and all without having to create graphics from scratch. It really is not as difficult as you might first think. And I'll be mentioning a special offer at the end of this video, so stick around until then so you don't miss out on that. In Module 1, I'm going to introduce you to the program, give you a little bit of background, and a basic tour of the photo workspace and how to set it up, where you can find things, a quick overview of all the different tools, how you can customize your toolbars, how to open, close, export files, which might sound fairly basic, but some people don't know how to do that, how to use the shortcut keys, and how to set up presets and templates, which once you've mastered those will make the start of every job so much quicker. In the second module, I'm going to go through all the different tools in some detail so that you can see how to use them, where to use them, how to alter them, and how to manipulate them to your best advantage. There are a number of tools as well as one or two that are not so easy to find, and it helps when somebody can just point you in the right direction. You say use this tool for that, don't use this tool for that. It can just be easier to follow in somebody else's footsteps rather than try to figure it all out on your own. In Module 3, we're going to cover which of the personas you use for what effect or for what process. And if you're confused about what personas are, you won't be alone. There are lots of people who don't understand quite what it means, as it's not normally called that. It's usually called modes. If you look up the word persona in the dictionary, it means identity or character, and is probably very appropriate here in that each of these different personas do a different job, take on a different identity. They will alter the tools that you use within the toolbar and the menus, and they will speed up a lot of the processes if you know what to do within each persona. So in this module we're going to cover each one of those and how best to use them. When you think of filters, you might immediately think perhaps of filtered coffee, or of filters that you put on camera lenses, or, well, almost anything other than what I'm going to show you in this module, because if you think you can't use filters within different aspects of low content publishing, these will open your eyes as to how you can benefit from using these with your colouring pages, with your images, with your graphics. Promise you will be surprised with this one. In Module 5 we're going to cover the various special effects and blend modes that you can use within Affinity Photo. By starting with adjustment levels, getting your head round using masks to alter perception, changing various colours in different ways, and something called a Voronoi mosaic effect, which is, when you first look at it you think, well, what am I going to use that for? But there's actually quite a lot of things that the method of creating this can be applied to. And then there's my absolute favourite tool, the in-painting tool, and I give you lots of ideas of how to use that, followed up by how to use the blend effects to create different aspects within colouring pages and covers. And I know I keep saying colouring pages, but colouring pages and activity books are some of the biggest sellers on Amazon KDP, so it's all very relevant. In Module 6 we're going to cover lots of different projects, and once you've got the basics down of all of these different projects, you will pretty much have every aspect of your low content publishing covered. I'll take you through how to use batch jobs, how to create your own brushes, how to create your own colouring pages, but not from scratch, by using existing public domain images or even photographs that you've got of your own, and by using macros how to speed that process up so that you can literally create a colouring book in minutes. Then I have a whole section covering how to get your Amazon template and bring in existing design elements, create what's called picture in text so that you can see a picture through the text shapes, embossing images to make them stand out from the page, and how to put final titles together so that they really pop on covers. I have modules covering how to change existing colours in an image to suit you or the theme that you're working on, how to blur backgrounds in photographs, how to create your own mock-ups, and that's quite useful to know, especially if you're creating digital products, how to create a vintage retro sunset, and it's the process of that I'm teaching rather than the actual finished image, how to create a seamless pattern, and once you know how to do that you can create endless variations of digital papers, and how to delete backgrounds on images that you wish to use where the background isn't quite what you want. Once you've finished all the modules, you can dive into the support files and resources that I give you. I will be adding additional graphic files from time to time. As I experiment with different processes, I will add the finished results to the course as I do with Publisher and Designer. And to celebrate the completion of the 3 courses to make the whole suite, I'm adding in several bonuses. Bonus 1 will be some photo file templates and cheat sheets for the program shortcuts, This alone will save you tons of time if you need to go back and find something. I'm giving you Amazon's cover template, how to download it and use it, complete with the design graphics that I use in the course. It's just an additional bonus and I show you how to use it. I'm giving you my macro file for creating the sketch images for colouring pages that I show you the process of. And I'm giving you a source file for a seamless pattern file that you can use for yourself commercially or just to practice with, and many of the images that I feature in the course so you can follow along with the videos. And then lastly, that special offer that I mentioned at the beginning of the video is for a limited time. Those who buy the Affinity Progress Part 3 photo during the launch period and possibly for a short time after, I'm going to offer at a special price if you buy all three together. And I'm not likely to repeat that anytime soon. So if that's something that interests you, if you have never followed any of the courses, if you haven't bought the publisher or the designer one, this is a really good time to get it, as the price will be very nearly at the launch price of the original launches last year when I did publisher and designer. Details for that can be found in the description underneath this video, and if you're on my mailing list I will also be letting you know more detail there. So that's it, that covers the new course. I hope that gives you an incentive to try it out and grow your skill set for your publishing business so that you cover all the bases and are able to create more content for yourself without having to rely on outside sources. I've been Jane Willingale. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Here's what I like and don't like about the course. I love the short, bite-sized videos used. An easy-to-learn style. And there's written options too. At 4 hours it is quite a long course, and maybe covers more than some people need. But you can easily pick and choose what you watch. There are a couple of upsells. An inexpensive option to buy the transcripts. And a further option to buy an ebook featuring the whole course in written format complete with illustrations. Thank you so much for checking out my review today. If you're interested in checking out Photo Mastery, then click the link below. And make sure you like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when another review has come out. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.